Jenny Woon.
I'm Toni Singh.
And thanks for coming back to our part 2 episode of reasons to join a team or questions to ask before joining a team.
Yep.
And like we mentioned before, there are numerous benefits to joining a team, but sometimes it just may not be right for you.
That's right.
So what we want to talk about in part 2 is cultural fit, whether you're kind of on the same value system, and also about marketing and how they're going to help you market your business. Let's dig right in. First of all, what... Go ahead. I feel like this is Clubhouse. This is like, I hate listening to Clubhouse. Actually, just start talking. And this is what Clubhouse is all about. Go.
Okay. A great question.
Oh, wait. Okay. No, you go. No, you go.
Am I going now? Or do you want to go? She's going to do it again. I know. What CRM program is currently being used?
No, you go. Oh, so sorry. So sorry.
Is that why I never see you on there?
It's I'm trying to get into it. I like once in a blue moon, I'll go on it. I'll be like, oh, wow, I got a couple more followers. Cool. But, and then last night I tuned into a couple of shows and it was exhausting listening to it.
Well, what were the topics?
Basketball and about,
why did you join that room?
Make money, not rest or something. I don't know. It was something about like making money. And then this episode was, oh my gosh, I don't know what I was getting into because she was basically saying my parents used to hit me. She was Asian.
Oh, no.
My parents used to hit me because I wouldn't listen to them. They wanted me to be somebody else. And so they weren't happy with me. Like it was a very like deep conversation. I didn't know what I was getting into.
So segueing for a second, and then we're going to hop back on track here. Discussing marketing questions and cultural fit questions you can ask while joining a team. But since you went there, I'm not a huge social media buff, not a huge fan of it. I mean, I basically, when I post personally for Instagram, it's mostly just because they've been good memories or like good things that I want to just archive for myself. It's not for anybody else, even though, it's arguably on social media. But with Clubhouse, I've noticed that there are some really great conversations on there. I only hop on once in a while if the topic resonates with me.
We should have a topic about Clubhouse, maybe have a guest join us with somebody who has maybe hosted a session and kind of how to bring in clients from there. Well,
I was going to say also, I've found for myself personally that the rooms that I enjoy the most are actually around either health, wellness, or spiritual guidance.
Okay, so I joined the spiritual one.
You did?
That you told me about, that you shared with me.
Ancient healing rooms.
Okay, ancient healing rooms. So I joined it a couple of times.
Oh, you did?
And then it was really annoying because in between this meditation session, she'd be like, anybody who wants to join the floor, please come up. And it's like in the middle of my meditation. And then like 2 minutes later, anybody who wants to join the floor, please come up. I'm like, stop, ask. So if someone wants to join, then they'll join. But this is a meditation session. Just like relax, okay?
Now that Jenny's gotten that out, we will go back to our original programming.
Okay. So first question.
So I was saying a good question to ask might be what CRM is currently being used by the team and will there be training?
Okay, so important because there needs to be a place for you to receive leads and where to put them and how to organize them. And also the current leads that you have, how are you going to tap into them using a drip campaign? And how do you log the contacts that you've had with them? I have to be honest, we're so bad at our CRM system.
Yeah, I am too. We've talked about this before.
Yes. And so I think there are really good programs out there, but not everything that does everything you need. And sometimes they're just too complicated.
I'm still using, as I mentioned before, Top Producer, but I utilize maybe 20 to 30%. of the functionality there.
Yes. So since our last episode when I said I was going to review our CRM, we did actually. We decided to downsize our system.
On the same system or a different one?
We're using the same system. We've downsized it to one user. Now our marketing manager, creative designer / Miranda, who does everything for us.
The Miranda
on our team. We've downsized it and now we've gone to using MailChimp, Google Doc.
We use that too.
Which is very simple and we're just adding and editing from there. But our CRM primarily is just kind of online leads that are kind of cold, but we just want to keep it in there.
So they're in drip?
They're still in drip campaign.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So, but our base price for the website is the same as what kind of the going rate is in the market. So we decided not to. Ours is like $200 a month now. So
okay, well yours does more things though.
Yes, and that's why we customized our website, so we didn't get rid of our
that makes sense.
Yeah. So the question is the question to the team leader is, what CRM do you currently use? How is there going to be training on that CRM, and are there drip campaigns that are automated? What is their niche or unique selling proposition? What is the message that they're trying to portray every time there's a marketing piece that goes out about the team?
So important. That gets missed a lot.
Right. So do you have like a tagline that you use?
Real estate with real people for real people.
Yes, that's right. That is your Instagram handle.
We use it as a blog, actually. That's more because the company's different, but that's more so as a blog site. Actually, we're coming out with some really exciting things. I'm excited about it now.
Okay.
Because it got a little, if I'm being honest, it got dry for a bit. I got so busy. Warren was so busy with deals and things like the day-to-day that we lost our creativity in the posting, but it made us actually feel unhappy inside because there's a distinct message that we want to get out there to our viewers, I guess. And so we're starting up with that again next week. I'm super excited. It's going to be amazing.
Okay. I'm excited to hear all about it or see the post.
Yes.
Does this farm a particular neighborhood? So in their marketing campaigns, are they aiming, and farming is a really old school word, but aiming or targeting a certain particular neighborhood, certain demographic? So whether it be paper postcards, the old school way of print, are they farming like a certain neighborhood or a street, building?
Or
community?
A type of client, like an upsizer, downsizer.
Right. And that, I would say it's much easier to target perhaps on Facebook, social media, Google, because they have those data analytics for you. And so you can put in your income range, your age range, where they like to shop, where they like to eat.
Yeah, even activity-based, right? Like
Activity-based.
They like sports, walking outdoors and hiking.
Are you trying to tap into somebody who's driving past Oak Ridge Mall? And so then you're going to be able to get into their phone. I don't know the technical side of things, but I know that
it's possible.
It's possible. Yes. And what does the quality of the content look like? I think that's so important.
Yeah. There are some advertisements out there that I certainly personally do not resonate with. But that being said, it resonates with somebody else who would probably be their target market.
Right. So there are some super like cheesy.
It just bugs me so much.
Out there type of
outlandish
and it works for them.
It does.
I would probably one that really stands out that I actually really like to follow are the McNabs. Do you follow them?
We're friends.
They're
They're great.
What do they call it? The secret agents.
Yeah.
And so I think they've really created a niche with it, and it's fun. They have some really cool swags for you, like growlers, and they had at one point in time they like hired a limo and they went from one home to the other, kind of having like a limo party or something like that.
The McNabb team are super fun, and that's what I appreciate them so much because it's just different. They bring fun into their business. But yeah, we're friends.
Let's have them on I guess a guest.
Hey, Jordy, are you listening to this podcast? I'll reach out after. Okay. We would love to have you guys on.
All right.
Itemize the marketing that's covered under the partnership. For example, Is your website going to be covered for you? What about mailouts? How about social media platforms? Signage, is that covered in the cost of you joining the team? Email campaigns, ordering documents, photos, feature sheets, videos, and gifts to leads.
So why we included this is because you don't want to do any tasks or admin items where it's not income producing. It does, obviously, it's part of the necessities of showing a home, selling a home, but are they income generating? Are they direct dealing with clients? Right. And so if these tasks can be done by somebody else on the team, then definitely hand them off. And so you as a member on the team who are sales driven, you should be doing sales driven activities, not
we call them income producing activities. However, I would like to add on to that last statement just for a sec, if I may. I did something interesting this week. It speaks directly to this. I had these awesome clients. I mean, all of our clients are awesome, which is why I get so revved up about it. But more specifically, our clients have been more aligned, I think, to what we're trying to create, which is really bringing that personal element into everything and having it custom tailored for each client, because no person is the same. So I didn't normally do this in the past, but I noticed that these clients, so I sold their house in Burnaby. I helped them purchase their house in Vancouver. Their kids are adorable and they love Pokemon playing cards.
Okay.
And so normally, like if you were going to give this to somebody on the team, like, oh, please buy these clients a gift for their closing or whatever it was, it would have just been more generic. So I went out myself and got them these amazing Pokemon playing cards and I dropped it at their house. It was the most fulfilling thing. It actually, touch. Well, and so that's the thing. Sometimes you have to look at it in the way that, okay, we said income producing activities only. There is a lot to be said about going that extra step and that extra mile and getting to know your clients and the people. And if you can find joy in that, I actually find that is also income producing, even though it's not like I'm not sitting there making calls,
right? But
just to show gratitude and appreciation for them as a family.
You're right. It reminds me of when I first started in the business, the Brian Buffini Popeyes.
I remember you saying that before.
Yes. So what he encourages you is to meet, every so often, pop by your clients' home or have a coffee with them. You don't need to necessarily always buy them something,
right?
But just kind of be in their face, be on the top of their mind.
Yeah. And if it comes from a genuine place of, oh my gosh, I genuinely wonder how these guys are doing. How did their move go? Right? It's a lot easier to keep those connections.
Right. So
anyhow, back to the topics. Yes.
Omnipresence.
Back to the questions. Sorry.
How is the team branded and what is its reputation?
I mean, you would generally know before you go and talk to the team because that's why you're talking, right? Mostly.
Yeah. I mean, where can they, you can go on their website, but obviously websites are always splashy, but, I think one good thing is maybe like looking at their volume of sales, whether it be within their brokerage. Perhaps they're always kind of top producers in their brokerage. Maybe they're part of the Medallion or the President's Club team, which is the rankings by the Real Estate Greater Vancouver Board. Another way to also look at is the reviews that are online.
Yeah, I think that's important because it's directly from the horse's mouth.
And you can also ask them questions like scenario questions. How would you deal with this if a customer was unhappy? So
yeah, that's a good question.
I wanted to bring up that Michael Yu with Oakwin, anything that cost under $200, the team can just automatically buy or take care of or hire a cleaner or something.
Love
if
it.
There's nothing, if the buyer or seller's not satisfied yet, so they have the authorization to spend $200 just to take care of the problem.
Do you mean like if you get a key exchange or something and something wasn't done to their liking? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
You want to know
like
the team branding and its reputation. And finally, in the marketing is, in my world for project sales, what does their VIP access look like? Sometimes that's
yeah.
it's a good priority to have to be able to get first access to some pre-sale projects. And what does that look like? Are you working for a developer? Maybe you get first access that way, or do you do a lot of volume sales and you're kind of a top producer with
so that you let them know right away?
Specific developers where they get VIP. And so, yeah, I think that's really important too. It's a
good question.
Are you kind of well known, and do you get access to that? Do you have connections in the business? That is, yeah.
Cultural fit?
Yes.
Questions for cultural fit.
I would say this is by far the most important, and it tops above commission splits.
It's 100%. You have to be in alignment. And if the values don't align, like any relationship, right? Not even asking questions for a team, but what about with your spouse or your partner? If you're not aligned in the values, most likely it won't work.
So I wouldn't underestimate the importance of enjoying like your work community or your work environment. A good question is to ask the team leader, what is your mission for this team? Like, what is your goal for this team? My goal is to make sure that every individual is successful in their business. And so I give them the right tools, the right advice to make sure that they will continue to do better each year, however that looks. Whether that's personal or their professional career. But if they're mentioning that they want to empower agents, that they want to build teamwork, that they want to build a community for the greater good, those are all really good signs.
Yes.
But a bad sign can be, what would be an answer from a really bad team leader?
For cultural fit, that they want everybody to listen to them. Or it's like, do what I do, or do as I say, not as I do, or something. Like it's very top-down mentality.
Top-down, yeah.
And it does, I think there's enough research out there as well, and I can speak from experience where it stifles growth and limits creative abilities for production.
And one thing is when you're giving feedback, is a team leader doing it one-on-one in private, or are they shaming you in front of everybody else? So I don't like to have an ultra competitive environment in my team environment. So my progress goals are one-on-one with them. But together, collectively, I do mention how many deals we do together as a team. And so that has been, it just works really well for us. And I think as well, it's really important that when there is praise to be given, that the praise is given publicly. Yeah. So some teams place work-family balance as priority. Some of them
lead by fear.
And you will know right away, you should ask these type of questions. And even I got Samantha to interview a couple of the agents on the team before she joined. And, obviously she's now on the team, so they gave her
That's
good
actually
feedback.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your team leader encourage you to take vacations? Do they have family retreats or team retreats? I think that's really important. My team, we go on a summer we do a summer activity.
I saw the boat ride. It looks so fun.
Yeah. Well, I wish there was more to it. But we went to Bowen Island. We had a little lunch. We had a little hike. The boat ride was really cool to kind of go around the island. And that was, that was really, really fun. You could only do things outdoors. So we actually had to cancel our Christmas
at the time.
Christmas event. But hopefully, things will be back to normal this year.
What do you guys have? Do you have something planned then for the team this year yet, or no?
I'll probably repeat what I had to cancel, so I cannot mention it because it's always a surprise to the team.
All right, we'll keep it hush hush.
Yes. So in conclusion, teams are not really created equally. It does require a lot of honesty with yourself, some self-awareness in terms of what you want for yourself, what team is right for you. And what's really important is that it's not really for everyone. So I know that our main topic here is questions to ask before joining a team. If the questions, it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't feel right, just doesn't mean that you're right for the team and they're not right for you. So
yeah, I think these two episodes, part 1 and part 2, are really geared towards people that are already considering joining a team for whatever reason. They'll have their own reasons for doing it, in which case it will speak to you, but not everybody wants to join a team.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for listening. Let us know if you have any questions. And also let us know if there was something that you have a question about that we did not cover that you would like in a different episode.
And don't forget to subscribe to our IGTV handle, which is In the House Podcast. We are also on YouTube. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and looking forward to having you guys listen to our next episode. Thanks, guys.
Bye.